Hey there. So, I just loaded back up. Let's try to get some more play in. So here we're where we're at. We're at 1387. For Portugal standards, we're getting a decent income, and I want to start getting the explorations going on and get some early colonization. Basically, we can colonize down the coast of Africa. Um, there are certain technologies we need to be able to go in the deep ocean, so we can't do that. But if we go far enough down Africa, we can actually skirt our way over to Brazil. It's a Portugal way. Um, and I didn't show this at the beginning, but Norway has a province on Greenland already, which I think is odd, but they do. So in 1444 start, there was no province on Greenland, but in 13 whatever, 1324, there was. I don't even think Greenland was discovered in the EU4 game. But anyways, I don't know what real history is, but they definitely changed that up. We're not as interested in Greenland. In EU4, certain areas of the world were more interesting for your country because of the way trade would flow. In this game, because we have dynamic markets, trade doesn't flow anymore. You do have range still. So, for example, if I go into my economy and even if I had access to build a trade house or whatever those things are, I still have to be within my range. So I can't like immediately go trade in Delhi. For example, I would have to have enough trade range from a province that I control to be able to reach there. So that concept is still the same. And right now we have this new Angra market, which is just us. And you can see Castile is actually in the market, but they're not necessarily trading. And same with us. I mean, we both have, we can both see the market, but we don't have any capacity to trade there. So that's what I want to fix. I want to build a trade office, I believe. It's only in foreign locations, so I can't do that. So then what can I build there? Would that be an overseas trading post? Nope. There's got to be something that lets me trade here. Maybe I don't have it yet. Like I said, there's a lot of technologies we still need to discover. And I wish I could, like I was so much of an expert that I could tell you exactly what I need. I just know that there's things that I can do to open up this market. Oh, actually, we're looking at the wrong market here. See, I gotta move to Angra. These are the things I can build in this market. Like it flat out tells me I can build these things. Right here, a market warehouse. That's one that I can do. The dock I don't have technology for. I don't know why it shows me. But anyways, let's filter here. So I can't build anything for them or them. For peasants, I can build any of these. The market village will help me, but we got to be really careful because the population here is only 981. Now it lists all these, but I can only build the bailiff and the castle. These, of course, would be nice, but I can't do those yet. Here's what I'm looking for. Right here, overseas trading post. It's showing all markets. I just went to Angra market. There we go. It's still screwing up. I'm filtering on Angra market, and it's still showing buildings that I can't build. Well, that's no good. Alright. Well, the thing I'm looking for at the moment is marketplace, it looks like. Maybe wharf. Oh, can't do marketplace either. I don't know why the filter's not working properly. So if I just click on the province, here, that might be the better way. So I'm even trying, I'm just clicking on the province and saying, hey, I want to build here. And it's still screwing up. I don't know why. Alright. Enough of that. So, it did, though, remind me, before I logged last night, I wanted to... We need to build bridges. In life, because there's so much social media violence. We need to build bridges. There are 4 provinces, and basically we have a river, right? And so, what this is going to do is the bridge, or the river, is causing our control to actually be lower. So if I build the bridges here, it makes the control get a little better. If we want the Lisboa one first, then if I can afford it, let's get all the other ones. I can. And then, so I can't build any more marketplaces, which is fine. I could build some market villages. I got one more there. That's all I want to do. I just want to do it on 2 provinces. Let's try a trade office. Here you can see we can get a bunch in France and Aragon. Now we got to be careful. I'm going to build all these trade offices and then they're going to embargo me. This is where diplomacy comes in handy. But I'm going to go ahead and mass build. So just built a bunch wherever it could. And then hit go. We definitely want this one. These events are coming up because of this stupid schism thing. So just always say this. You get 10% control and then France likes you more. France is closer than the Papal States to attacking us. Let's get another explorer going. Alright, so she has a 30% chance of getting a bonus. Yeah, let's do that. I don't know what her bonus is. I wish they would tell us. Oh. Ruler's son and heir to Castile died. Uh-oh. So now we got Crown Prince Sancho. Sancho is the next one in line. Horrible admin ability. And then, once again, now they want to establish seniority. See how they just cycle back and forth? There's something wrong with their logic. But checking to see what they're voting for is huge. If you're just guessing, you're going to create massive problems with your loyalty. This is an important one. Although I don't know why we lost our army. But we used to have a standing army. And if we did, we could drill them right now. So, I mean, we could theoretically come here, recruit some regulars. Get a footman, an archer, and an armored horseman. So we're going to be running out of manpower, so we don't have a very the ability for a very large force here. Okay, so we got 250 units in Lisboa. We can give him a... oh my gosh, he's really good. We can make him a general. He would be even better as a cabinet member. Anyways, we'll make him a general for now. And the big thing is we can now click here, which drills the army. Their maintenance is 50% higher, but they gain monthly experience. And the little experience bar is this black bar right here. This is their morale or strength. This little black bar is their experience. And then we're going to change it by a certain amount. There is going to be a decay once they actually get some experience. And the experience, it strictly tells you it reduces damage in combat by whatever percent based on the experience that they have. Let's let a month go by. So 1.25% with a 10% decay. So yeah, we're going to make it go up and up, but if we ever stop drilling, it'll start to trickle down again. So for 119, we can get 5% satisfaction. Yeah. That's steep, but we'll do it. This is getting cheaper, which is good. How many more do we have? 4 more to go. I mean, I could do it now. It'll give me a 5% bump. Yeah, let's do it. So now they want to do another vote again. Let me guess, it's going to be to do federal. So we did get it bumped from a 1.57 to 1.63. Yep, now they're maintaining federal status, and the cycle continues. So, very annoying, but we are safe. That's the important part. We can improve our relationship with Castile. Nothing else on here really jumps out at me. The wheat farms would be nice to boost, but it's not a must. You know what? They support this a lot. Let's do it. Keep Castile happy. And I always take the new monastery. It's a great... everything there that you get from here is half price. Now this is just... all 3 of these are moving us on the value slider, which is this tab. And we don't need to do it. You know, it's just moving you here like traditionalist versus innovative, etc. We'll let it be. We just got 10% support. And how much did that little army foray cost us? Alright, the admiral of our army just died. Yeah, we're now... we just cost ourselves a bucket 73 just to have that standing there. Probably not the best decision I've made, but anyways. Oh man, we got another good one. These guys are both good. So we can get 5 more support, or I'm going to take the tradition. One of our techs is done. We got 3 more to go, but the banking one, that's okay. The minting threshold, okay. This is a big one for getting control of your land. This is another big one for just controlling things from far away. Right here. Monthly exploration progress and colonial range. So we definitely want that one. And see, that's a unique one just for Portugal. Only Portugal or Spain gets these. So it's going to take 7 things. This is an upgraded transport ship. 10% to maritime presence. Extremely important. Max literacy. Very important. The Iberian caravel. Super important. Also the bark. Early Carrick. So these are going to upgrade our ships. This one right here. Clergy equilibrium. Ship repair at sea. Like, I want almost all of these on the left side. In fact, I do want all these on the left side. And then here in the middle, this is more spy network stuff. We can wait. Encourage urbanization is a new thing that our cabinet members would be able to do. It can wait. That one's really good. This one is good. So is that one. I mean, I basically love the whole thing. But, yeah, banking's an important one. Especially if you're a naval-oriented country. All the naval technology is under banking. It's not under professional armies. This is more land technology, which is why you haven't seen me go bonkers for it. Although armory is nice to get. And then we can, as you can see, we can upgrade some of our stuff here. Which we do need to do. Because if we ever get caught in a war... I mean, those are 33 techs away, but... let's just get it in the queue. The only thing, just to go back to that, the only thing that we are missing here is the actual Renaissance itself. Which there are some good ones, like this one here, or this one. Let's just get another reform. That's a huge one. And then this one here gives us another cabinet seat. So we can have 3 people in our cabinet instead of 2. So these 2 are extremely important, but we don't have it unlocked, and you can see here that we're only 10% in our location. So it's going to be a little while. So we got 30 techs queued up. How much you want to bet we're not going to get through all 30, but we'll try as best as we can. And there it is. And I keep getting achievements that I've already gotten. I don't know why. Go ahead and do that. Alright, so we just got the extra 50 opinion from them, which is just helpful. People in my court are dying. We got 2 explorations. I don't want to push it, although we're making 30 bucks, and that would be 50. Our economy is doing what it needs to do. Then we finished those bridges, which you'll notice we're up in the 90s here, and some of these numbers are better because the bridges help the road to have more access. So, very cool. Even these are better out in the far reaches. I am nowhere close to wanting to pay for roads, though. Alright, we have 900 buckaroonies, so let's, I don't think we can build one more of those, so let's do that. And then the warehouse. That was another one that we do want to build 4 of those. The warehouse lets us store more goods as a nation, which we can then use for various purposes. It also improves our trade capacity, just like a marketplace does. And that did spend a lot of our money. The granaries, or as the YouTubers say, granary. What a granary does is improves local food capacity. Why does that matter? The number of food that can be stored allows the city to grow larger. So it's one of those things where it seems pointless at first, but it does become valuable. So we'll go ahead and add a few more of those. And then we're going to go into Lisbon here. And let's get irrigation up as much as we can. Religious influence, sort of hard to measure, but if you go to your Catholic Church tab, somewhere on here is my influence number. I don't remember where. It's this one. So I'm at 72. What good does it do? Not much, but we do have a cardinal now. So we occasionally are going to come here and vote for these things. This is what I was telling you, it's like a waste of time because all the cardinals vote the same way. But we can also, eventually this is supposed to be able to happen, but it doesn't. We can also spend these religious points to create saints, which I think is under our tab, our religion tab. So we can create a saint. It costs us 150 of those points, which, by the way, I don't think I see here how many points we have. And you can see we have 3 things that are active. That's how we also get a cardinal. So we would need another 153 points. So if we recognize it, we're going to gain 10 more points. Sure, let's recognize it. I had no prestige anyways. I have no prestige anyways. Oh, I have a cardinal now. So we're going to vote for the Pope. We're sort of defying France there, but that's okay. There's one other thing. That's right. We want to do... I can't do a dock. See, our cannon maker's not making a lot of profit, but as the other countries get cannons, it's going to make a big difference. The naval supplies is just something we need for... Sorry, I'm just looking... Like, there's weird ones, like urban parliament seat. But we can't always build everything you see listed here. Some of these can only be built by our estates, if they had the money. Chancery. That's one we wanted to build. So what does it do? Improves our literacy of our burghers and nobles and makes our cabinet more efficient. It's a really good building. And just a reminder, the literacy contributes towards the progress for our research. And like I said, every time we embrace an institution, we get another 5% here. Oh, guess what? They want to vote for seniority. This game. I don't know where it sits in their list of things they need to fix, but it is annoying. Alright, so there is a little bit of profit to be had there, but let's make some RGOs. Ooh, that's a big hit. Yeah, this is just going to give us a boost in relation with Castile. The person caused us to lose reputation with Castile. What a jerk. They would still do an alliance with us, though. That's what's the good part here. This is what I was looking for right here. Coastal fort. Okay, so what does the coastal fort do? Local maritime presence 0.15. That's a good bonus. Enemy navies are going to gain some extra attrition, and it does help block basically pirates. So we want to build these wherever we can here. So 3 locations, and it's where we have good harbors or natural harbors. Remember I did that map view? And I think you also have to have a city. And how can you tell, you ask? Right here. See, that's a city and that's a town, so it can't be in rural. But anyways, we're going to build those 3. And then don't forget that I'm filtered to Lisbon. So if I remove all markets, if I was able to build this over in the Angra market, I would. But apparently I cannot. And some of the restrictions are because... That's why I wanted them to be under my direct control, because then I could just build whatever I want over there. It's considered another nation, so I'm limited in terms of what I can do. Well, giving the commoners power is no big deal. They hardly have any to begin with. Oh, look, they're voting again. What do we want to do this time? The opposite of what we did last time. Alright, our explorer just came back. We have some new opportunities. We can do Madeira. And then we can also do the Canary Islands. I don't have enough money. This 46 income makes me excited as Portugal. That's a good income. So this is an interesting one. Like, I don't know how much prosperity... See, they already have really good prosperity. Except my legitimacy is already 100, so we might as well improve it some more. Right, so now we got 2 colonies going. I think historically, or at least EU4 wise, Spain had the Canary Islands, but they don't need it in this game. Like, Canary was so important to be able to do a hop jump to the next region. It doesn't matter as much. The range is much better. So Castile could still skip over us and go into northern Africa, no problem. But we want to get another exploration in. This is a... So there's a couple things to notice here. This is... Well, first of all, that's Scandinavia. So that's... it's exploring way up there. So we can make that lower priority. But this one is a water-only exploration. And then this one is actually exploring the land. So 2 different things. Let's do the water-only one. The cost is the same, but the maybe the time it takes, that might vary. And yeah, we could explore up here if we just had throwaway money, but we don't. And I'm actually going to... Let's do both. Remember, I just always want to shorten the time as much as possible. Although that's really good. It's a little lower here. There's some good ones. We'll do that one. Alright, so we're going to send out 2 of them. And that'll cost us some money. But we're okay. Gain some stability. We don't need legitimacy, and we don't need to be angry at people. Yeah, I'll spend the money. The stability is always good. So, Western Sahara, this guy died. So, how do I... Do I cancel exploration? How do I switch? There's usually a button here. It's not letting me cancel. It's not letting me do anything. I don't understand. See, this one's the only one doing preparations. I'm trying to cancel it. I'm trying to click on it. Clicking on the guy doesn't do me anything. That's so bizarre. Alright, I know this is radical, but I'm going to go to the menu and continue the game and see if reloading the game will help us. Somebody didn't like Sweden. Alright, let's try again. Can I just... maybe if I pick a person? It's not letting me do that either. Oh, that's really bizarre. I don't mind increasing opinion of people. Where are we at? We're at 52. I'm going to have to let it slide. Gonna have to pay the money. I do have a nice sum of money here. I definitely want a new university. Alright, we got the cathedral going. See, it says right click. There we go. That time it worked. I don't know why, but it did. We'll send him. Okay, so we got that fixed. There is... we got the 2 colonies going. So we're good there. We have a lot of money, so let's do something with our money. We could build a lot of monasteries, which improves the literacy and pop conversion. Doesn't help us make money, it just helps us to research quicker. And as you can see, they're pretty expensive. We get a lot of those monasteries, you know, as we're doing parliament stuff. So I just paid full price for all these. Maybe not the best choice. Okay, this is just saying we can enact this, but we're going to really upset the clergy. And then it does increase our crown power, but the Pope and everybody's going to be mad at us. I mean, it's a good thing to do as England when the Pope already is upset with you. Alright, so we did Madeira. See, I would swear I did this last time. It'll be an integrated part of Portugal, and I did not do colonial subject. So let's try it. Yeah, so it stayed in our market. See that? That's the reason why I wanted to try it. So we have... I'm going to build a village here. And as you can see, we don't have a lot. Like, we don't even have laborers or anything. But the point, though, is it's still... Like, we could build whatever building we want here. We just don't... And here you can see we're starting to get laborers. And being able to make sugar is actually pretty nice. I don't think anybody else makes sugar. Now we could get Renaissance, but it's still very expensive. Alright, so we do have our settlement. They require 250 people. They have it. So migration attraction is the important thing. More people are going to want to move there because of that. So I'm going to slow down a little bit here. So let's do a warehouse. Trade. So we could still do a lot more of those. You can see we're getting decent revenue from some of them. Build 2 more of those. So let's do it. Sure, let's get a bunch of these built. Now there is something else. We are, for example, we're stabilizing the country. We're developing Extremadura, but see, that's just a long-term slow burn. There is, once we start settling certain areas, we can convert tribespeople to join our colony. And I don't see that here, but when we get that option, it is a very worthwhile option, because their population then becomes a part of ours, and then we can also increase migration speed to certain locations. So I can say, what was it, Fengshao, That's Madeira there. So there's only 987 people. So I'm going to make it so I'm going to encourage migration so people move to the island. Look at how much their economy is booming. They could just build all that stuff. It must be nice to be rich. So our heir died again. So now we have a princess. That's our new heir. Jeez Louise. Alright, so we did finish, I think it was the sea one. So we got 2 more Africa. Well, that's a Scandinavia one. Once again, you can see it's that one there. So we could do this exploration, which is like the Jolof, the Malleys are there. Then we could do more shoreline. Let's go ahead and get that started. You can see this is closest, and because I kept it at my nation and didn't let it become its own colonial nation, it has access to my market, which has all the naval supplies, so we can launch from there. And oh my gosh, look at this. This guy is awesome. So we're going to send him there. Let's send someone to that one as well. And yeah, Madeira is going to be our launch point for everything we do here. That's an 84. That's really good. So we'll send out 2 more explorers. I know it's going to hit our monthly income, but this is... the way Portugal gets powerful is we eventually want to get into Brazil and Colombia, and there's gold there, and silver. And then once we start getting the resources there from the New World, that's going to help Portugal to creep up the power rankings. And then we can afford the bigger army and the bigger navy and, you know, defend ourselves against Castile if we need to. Alright, one of our cabinet members just died. These are our options, but I don't like those options because remember our navy guy, wasn't he awesome? 65, 71, and then this one, he's even better. So here's what we want to do. We want to take this guy, not quite as good. I'm going to select him and tell him to become our general of the First Army. I know it's convoluted, but so that made our general available, and now the general's available to become our cabinet member. And we're going to have him join the Order of Chivalry. So that just gave him another 15 military ability. So he's rocking it. Can we get him married? We can have him marry a noble. She's really old. He needs to marry a young noble, not an old geezer. Okay, that's not going to work. Alright, so let's also promote him to head. Since he's one of our crown people, that'll help our crown power. And look, we got all 3 of them under 25%, or actually all 4. So we got them where the estates where we want them. Yep, we got the estates where we want them. This is excellent. You can see our revenue is a little decent from each of those trade locations we're starting up. With the 353, we can do more. Alright, so we're off on Ghana. We have Sahara. This is never a bad one. That gives us the biggest bonus. Right, so we got 2 explorations and we're still getting 37. And we just finished one of our explorations, just in time, because this one's going to take off. So we finished another exploration. We got 2 more colonies we can start. They're in weird locations, like that one is there and there. So they're right next to each other. We have to be careful, because Spain will go after those. But maybe if we launch early enough, we can pull it off. I need a lot of money. If I can, always take the research progress. There we go. We got the exploration progress, 0.1 bonus, and our colonial range just went up. Pirates are showing up, but only at Costa Blanca. And I have to be careful, because the colonies do cost money. So I'm not just spending 10 for exploration anymore, I'm now spending 15 for colonies. So those 3 are costing me money, and they grow very slowly. But as you can see here, we can now do some more. And that one is a nice... That'll get... That one, we're already actually doing these 2. So we're exploring everything we can. We don't want to do Scandinavia. So let's just rest, let our economy cook a little. We're still growing at a decent rate. Here you can see Horta has a who. We do have a nice population here. So we've encouraged 166 people to move there. So I'm going to just get a couple villages going here. The fishing will help them with food. There was a chance to get some art there. I went for the clergy satisfaction. And then like, these are nice to build if it's its own nation. So, like, if you make it its own nation, it actually builds one of these for free. The reason we don't need to is because they're in the Lisbon market, so they're getting the benefit of all the resources that are from here. The thing that's missing out is if we look at control... I mean, I am getting 12 control. That's not horrible, but it's not good by any stretch. So, the big thing there is See, I don't have any soldier buildings built. But if we could build one, that would help, like a bailiff, actually. So what are the requirements for a bailiff? It's not overseas. So why can I build one in Lagos? Well, I guess these are places I don't own. Like, where's Villarreal? Yeah, that's all those areas. Let's not worry about bailiff hit. Alright, so maritime presence just went up by 10. So our control is getting better along the coast. And even though that says 61, so it just bumped a little bit. Every little bit helps. France wins the 100 Years' War. Wasn't expecting that. It means France is going to be a force to deal with. That'll make the clergy upset, but it makes the nobility happy. Let's build some RGOs. Help our economy. Looks like we're... That's right, we're building the marketplace. Oh, imagine that. They want to establish seniority. Okay, always double check. Don't ever pick the wrong one. Bad news for your estates if you vote incorrectly. Pound Canal. Local proximity cost is reduced. So this is a good one. I can't build it everywhere. In fact, Lisbon's the only place I can do it. Between the two, this is trade advantage, this is trade capacity. So I always choose the trade capacity. Alright, so we finished an exploration of an unlikely hunting accident. That's like the Iberian assassination of choice. So don't go hunting in Spain or Portugal. That's I think the big thing. All right. There was something I wanted to do and I can't remember what it was. Oh, we finished an exploration. So look, we got a whole bunch more available to us now. So we can keep going around the North Africa side. We can explore Jolof itself, Gambia, Cape Verde, which is another set of islands there, Crew, and then more Scandinavia, and then Upper Guinea. It eventually gets to a point where we can't afford to do it all. So I'm going to go for the islands. And it is really nice that we have them. And this guy's just awesome. And then let's try to If I do the water, it's going to have even more places I can go. We'll do at least 2 for now with the 3 colonies. So does somebody control this? Oh, that's one of our... We're actually trying to control it ourselves. I'm going crazy, folks. I'm going crazy. That's one of our colonies. Oh, look, we got another one. And our maintenance. Be careful. We're up to 20 now. That's the equivalent of 2 explorations. And we're still getting 25 a month. I am very pleased with our ability to make money here. Alright, so we can make a saint. You might think, why do you want to make a saint? If you hover over, we'll immediately gain prestige and legitimacy right now and satisfaction. Sometimes, though, it'll give like a bonus for the rest of the game. It all depends on what they did and how good their skills are. But really it's prestige and legitimacy and clergy bump. Our legitimacy is already at 100%, so well, what we could do is we could hold on to our religion points, and then if we can get up to 166, we're only at 153 right now. I'm trying to say is we're close. If we save and get a little bit more, we can get another cardinal. That helps our people a little bit more. It helps with our literacy. There's another nice literacy bump right there. Oh, there's another vote. Mr. Change Your Mind. Now, it is possible that another nation is trying to settle at the same time we are, and it does create problems. If they beat us to it, then we get kicked out. Wouldn't it be nice if we had a, bolster colonies? We don't have one of those. This would get us an artist, so we can commission artwork. I don't know how badly I want to do that at this time. I don't know if I want to do a hunting ground. That's where I'm going to find all these dead bodies there. Let's just get a clergy member to join our court. What privilege do they want? It's not a horrible one. Sure, we'll give it to him. Okay, so I don't know why they're letting me propose a law, but I guess I am able to. So this allows us to build roads in each other's territories and buildings in each other's territories and expand our GO. Or this unified treasury, every member is mandated to contribute to the personal treasury of the senior partner, which is them. So I could start the vote and say, hey, I want to do cooperative investment. And then they, because they have more votes than me, they choose the other one. And then I lose, and then all my cabinet members get angry. So I don't know if I want to start the vote. Let's just let them drive. Alright, this is an opportunity to maybe take something here. Let's do a law change. I don't know these by heart. As you can tell, I don't spend a lot of time worrying about them too much, but there are a few that can help us. Like the itinerant court is just one that's annoying to me. Not a big fan of it. The traditional distribution is another one. So like this one here, we can go for the favor of the ruler, and it's going to make all the estates angry though. Or we can, this, you know, basically they have one for each estate. The itinerant court one though, that's the one where we can move our capital. I don't want to move my capital. So this is a nice one if we want to go culture heavy. I'm really not investing in culture at the moment. This makes the nobles happy, but cost of courts, which is the legitimacy, is more expensive. Man, I don't know how much I really care for these either. I mean, if I picked one, it would be this one, just because it doesn't hurt anything. That's why I don't like changing the laws, because you're always choosing something that hurts you. I don't mind the maritime law. The protect trade routes is fine. Education of the masses is okay. What's this one? Well, sure. We'll change this and just so we don't get told to move our capital all the time. And of course now that's low again. That's not good. How far off? We need 9%. Let's take the 9%. We're getting decent revenue from the other markets. This is a really good one. Naval colonial trade range, all up. Oh, look, they want to establish seniority. If you're playing as England, France forces everybody around you to close their markets to you. So you end up not having the ability to do this if you're England. France is so powerful. They're forcing people, your own allies even, to close their markets with you. That was the thing that lets you get a dog. Okay, so the queen died. We now have... She's okay. But, see, these are over the Crown of Castile. So we don't have our own unique monarch yet. Now this is what causes Bohemia to be in trouble. Look at this. It's all of them against Rome, which is crazy. But I don't think it's going to be that strong later. Let's see. Dude came back. We got another dang vote again. Changing his mind one more time. Exploration came back. You can see we got... I think we just explored Jolof. Is all that accomplished? Russian coastline. So very interesting. Some of the stuff that becomes available to you. Let's do Gambia. Be careful, don't pick that one, because that could be a death trap, although it looks like it's fine. This is not that much further away. One second. Alright, let's get rocking here. I could do more explorations. I just don't know. With the fact that I have 4 of these going on, I mean, see, my budget went down to 5 ducats at times, depending on how well the market's doing. Yeah, I'm not making that much money right now. So ooh, that's a big one. Really big one. Why is the duck... It's big for our country. And here, you can see harbor capacity goes up. Shipbuilding capacity, but right here, the monthly sailors is what we want. Even at 2 of them. It's very important, because sailors are what's needed for exploration. So we're spending a lot of sailors to do that exploration. Yeah, and it's possible we can end up with negative numbers here. Let's get a cardinal seat going. And I just want whoever's the next highest population. Alright, so one of our cabinet members died. So this is where I want to have somebody else become our Navy guy. He's so awesome. See, they're exploring. This one's available. That's a really good Navy guy. No reason not to choose him. He's in the cabinet. We're going to choose this guy, though. We'll make him our admiral. And then we'll make the other guy who just became available, we'll add him to our cabinet. So now we got some really nice stats on both of our guys doing what they do. One second. Okay. There it is, the Iberian Caravel ship. That's the one I was expecting. So you have to go into port to do the upgrade. There's this little up arrow. Cost some soldiers and money. And the current Caravel has 0.1826, right? The Iberian Caravel jumps up to 0.141028. So more cannons. It's just more powerful. And then we just tell them to patrol the seas again. The whole west coast, but I don't want to do that spot. And then let's... Oh... That'll just give us some nice revenue. Yeah, let's do that one. It gives us trade capacity. I didn't even know I could build a new marketplace, but let's do it. For half price, even. Can't complain about that. Can you imagine if you were manually controlling markets? You'd have to trade in all these markets. Like the micromanagement necessary it'd be very bad. What I would prefer is that, hey, I'm going to let the AI control this, but I want to give the AI some rules. And that's completely missing from this game. Like, hey, I want you to don't trade these resources. I want you to prioritize feeding my people. I want to be able to give it rules like that. And then, sure. Or I could just say, hey, just be as greedy as all get out. We're down to 19 left. The early Carrick ship is going to be important. Barely out of hole here. We're improving our RGOs. Okay, this is an important ship. We don't have any in our navy at all, but the Carracks are the first true heavy ships. They're your warships for fighting. And we should build some, but right now we have no money, so we're going to have to wait. And ideally, I like to have two separate navies. One for maritime presence, and then the other one for battling. But In reality, they end up merging a lot. EU4 had a thing that when war started, these would run to port and stay safe in port, but I don't have that option. At least not that I'm aware of. You can see right here, the heavy ships are the thing we're missing. Alright. Our admiral died. This guy died. Let's take care of the admiral first. That guy is just phenomenal. We're not at war, though. I send him out on missions a lot. This guy gets an admiral ability. Let's give him the admiralship. I need to get to 200. So basically, a new explorer could spawn with horrible stats again for 71 bucks. Or I can just get 5 Navy tradition. If that number was better. Let's get this going. So it's very slow, as you can see. Only 30 pops each. What can we do exploration-wise? I'm going to pause just because of the pop-ups. So, ignoring the Scandinavia ones, which is 1, 2, 3 of those, we have Upper Guinea, Crew, and that one. Let's do Upper Guinea. Our favorite guy. When you got a guy with 100 stats like that, you gotta use him. Last time we did this, it was a disaster. I'll just take the 10 prestige. Do I dare try? Being able to, like, if Castile were to, like, build stuff in my area. Sure, let's try it. See what they do. My admiral died. That didn't last very long. Well, let's do this one. There's another building we haven't been spending a lot of time doing, but we should. It's the library. Now, why the library? Cultural influence, promotion speed is improved, literacy, and then max literacy for everybody, not just... And it's literacy for everybody, not just a one class. And the institution growth, which lets banking and other stuff to come in quicker. It's just all around really good. Now, it could only be in towns and cities, so you can't do rural. So that's why you're limited on how many you can do. Let's pay for all these. I got 19 left over. I can't afford it, so I'll take the prestige. So I'm going to build library everywhere I can. This will be very beneficial. It's happened again. Oh, they voted same as us. So now we can technically build in their area. Okay, Morocco declared war on us. All right, we need to be careful. Morocco can still cause some damage. Right now, our navy is not really well equipped to fight anything. So we could put it into port. I think right now I'm going to leave it be, because I don't think... Because right now they have a strong navy holding them. Castile is a powerhouse. Usually we can just rely on them, but that does not always mean that it's true. So they're running around with their 26 ships. See, look, they're coming down here with their 14,000 troops. They're definitely causing some ruckus. They already occupy all these locations. Aragon's offering to ally with us. Sure. So in this war, it's really just the two of us. Fez is like their version of our Azores. And, yeah, we got Tunis, Tlemcen, Morocco. This is bad. But like I said, rely on Castile. They will do most of the heavy lifting. We can raise an army, which I haven't done yet. I do not want to go engage in all that nonsense. We're just not strong enough. But we do need to defend ourselves. And they will come after us. It's usually Tunis that will come after us. So you can see we have the 18,000 that they're ready, but Morocco has their 12,000. Tunis has a massive army, usually. Our goal is we want to push them off the Iberian area. I'm not going to go on the offensive, but I will help with the defense. And now we got a stupid vote thing again. We're at minus 30%. That builds a new dock. And we get a monastery. It's like 2 for 1. Black market special. So ships will repair at sea up to like 20%. And what that did was that improved the percentage from 20% to like 25 or 30%. Like it just made it so they'll repair at sea up to a higher percentage. They'll never go beyond the whatever the cap is. You have to go into port to do the rest. So this is an artist. We can pay all this money to have an artist move, or we can lose prestige.